Hey everybody, it's Nikhil and I'm back with another reaction video. So this video today is from Impressive. It is Tyla is Unlikable, Drake versus Jay-Z. What they got going on? Lil Wayne is heard about not performing at the Super Bowl. So a couple topics here. I know we all seen the shit that was going I know we all seen the stuff that was going on with Tyla, where she asked Lil Nas X and Halle to hold her award. Girl, we gonna get into it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let's see what's going on.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. Is the artist Tyla becoming unlikable, or are people trying to find a reason to dislike her? Let's talk about it. Now, this past week at the MTV Music Video Awards, Tyla received an award for Best Afrobeat Song for her hit song Water. She walked up on stage and she tried to get somebody to hold her award for her. Now, this award was presented by Halle Bailey and Lil
Nas X is so cute. Like, he is so cute. I love, even though I think he's faking, I love everything he got going on. But girl, why you can't hold your own award? Don't nobody do that. We don't do that here. Hold your award.
Lil Nas X. And it was kind of a funny girl moment because when Tyla got on stage, Halle asked her to hold the envelope because Halle wasn't trying to hold nothing, and Tyla asked somebody to hold her award because she wasn't trying to hold nothing either.
You guys know me and holding awards. I'm not strong enough. Use things.
Now, thankfully, Lil Nas X held the award for Tyla. You know, this is why we need men, okay? But yeah, people thought this whole interaction was a bit awkward for some reason. People didn't like the fact that Tyla was asking somebody to hold her award, and it seemed as if she was looking for Halle to hold it at first. But Halle stood there with a smile and said, "No, girl, I'm not doing that." So I thought that was very interesting, but it wasn't as deep as everybody made it.
Man, yeah, I know I be going off on my tangents sometimes, but I really wish DDG would have proposed to Halle before she had her kid, or like they was married first. Like, I don't know. I prefer to see they wedding before the baby, even though they are doing such a great job as far as what we can see with the son Halo. But yeah, I feel like they should have did that route, but I digress.
Out to be because both Halle and Tyla kind of cleared up the whole misconception that it was a shady moment, when I don't think it was really that serious. And I did hear that the movement is actually very heavy. In fact, Olivia Rodrigo had somebody hold her award because it was just too heavy for her to carry in one hand.
I'm so heavy. I have no upper body strength. Thank you.
It didn't give shady. It didn't give shady. It's just like, what, you can't put it on the ground? As y'all can see, I ain't never got no damn VMA, but you can't put it on the ground or something. Like, why do you think they just there to hold your motherfucking award? Girl, no.
So knowing how heavy the award is, I could kind of see why Tyla wasn't prepared to hold it, I guess. This is not the first time she has asked somebody to hold her award either.
Ooh, this is very heavy. Can you please hold for me? I'm sorry.
I just think Tyla doesn't have a lot of upper body strength, which is why it's hard for her to hold these awards. But a lot of people were turned off by her asking someone to hold her award, and now there's this narrative going around that she's stuck up and she's being a diva and she's unlikable. There's even a moment when she was called out for looking dead in the camera while Megan Thee Stallion and Yuki were performing Magamushi, and people thought she was being shady, but really the whole time she was dancing and singing along while Megan was performing. I think she just didn't like the camera in her face, but either way, people thought it was odd. And now Tyla,
what she got going on? She don't want the camera in her face. She need to go sit down.
Is kind of going viral for her attitude. They think she's snooty. The YouTuber Armand Wiggins went viral for calling her an entitled uppity African, which Tyla took offense to. She actually put it in her bio.
I saw that.
And yeah, I think the comment was a bit tone deaf a little bit. And I love Armand, and I know he didn't mean to offend a group of people, but he did. However, I think I understand what he was trying to say. Tyla does come from a mixed heritage, and in her country, South Africa, she identifies as colored, and in South Africa, colored people tend to be treated better than actual black Africans. And who knows, maybe Tyla carries this mindset with her where she kind of feels like she's better than other people based off how she was treated in her home country.
Which would make sense, because we've seen that here in the States, where people of a lighter tone, y'all know what happened with them in slavery. So that's they keep that with them. I can even say my great grandmother, God rest her soul, she was that way. She was light skinned, so she experienced that where she was treated a bit different than people that had a darker skin tone. So if that is something that's still going on, I mean, obviously colorism is happening here in the USA, but if it's obviously, I know it has to be happening in Africa, like they just said here, she could have that mentality, like she is above these things, which ain't right. Like, get it together. If you need somebody to come up there from your team and hold your awards when you get them, make that a appointed person. But just because I helped give you this award, like I'm just reading the little envelope, that don't entitle me to hold your award. I don't know. I don't think it was shady, but she can't expect things like that to just be something that's okay.
I'm not saying that's true, but it can come across that way. And she's had little moments that have created this whole discourse about her attitude. In fact, she was called out for snubbing the South African Minister of Arts and Culture. He tried to take a picture with her Grammy and she grabbed it away. And she had another moment when she went on The Breakfast Club and she went viral for dodging questions about her race and also refusing to answer other questions.
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean?
Can we not?
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too. They didn't want us to ask about Kai Sinat. The whole "we friends" though thing. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
They didn't want to ask. They didn't want us to ask about her not being on tour with Chris Brown anymore. They didn't want us to ask about the color thing.
What you come there for, baby? Okay. New developments. What if she just don't like Americans? That is the thing. Like, a lot of people from other continents as a whole don't like Americans. What if she don't just fuck with us? But she want our money and she want us to listen to her music. That don't make no damn sense.
Injury.
They didn't want us to ask about her injury that she sustained. What else was it? They didn't want to ask us about who she was dating, which I wouldn't do anyway. And what was the other one? Oh, yeah, and comparison. And they wasn't even reality. They just said comparisons to other pop artists. Huh?
So with the whole controversy surrounding her interview on The Breakfast Club and now this whole controversy at the VMAs, people now feel like Tyla is just full of herself and unlikable. Now, I will say this. I think Tyla is very misunderstood, and I don't think she's fully self-aware in a sense because she does come from a different culture. She is South African, so I don't think she's fully acclimated to the norms of Western culture. She doesn't really know the proper etiquette of a pop star. I mean, most pop stars who are considered likable have to appear humble. You know, they carry their own awards. They're gracious in interviews. They're gracious towards their peers. They know how to play industry politics. And yeah, they can have personality, but they can't act like they're too full of themselves. So it's a fine line they have to walk. The minute they step out of line, that's when people call them out. It happened to Ariana Grande early in her career. People thought she was being a diva. Doja Cat was getting called out for her attitude at one point, and it's now happening to people like Ice Spice and Chappelle Roan, who have been called out for having bad attitude. So when the artist...
Yeah, I can understand how we want that to be our standard, but we are in a new age. A lot of people ain't taking no bullshit. So I feel like we get to the point where people of stature, status, celebrities, whatever level you are, ABC, they don't want to be bothered, especially because of social media. Like, they always being bothered all the time, and like they lashing out a bit. I think they trying to change how that's like viewed, like how we approach them and speak to them and stuff, because they human just like us. So I was trying to see where Impressive was going with that. I know y'all saw my face, but it's just like, don't be happy you got a damn VMA award and then push it off to somebody else just so you can talk about it or treat others unfairly. Like, that's wrong. But hey, y'all made them famous.
This doesn't follow the proper pop star etiquette, they will get called out. The only time they do get a pass is if they put in the work and solidify their career. But if they're new and they're acting brand new, then yeah, people will call them out. And this is what's happening to Tyla right now. And I know Tyla's personality might not be everybody's cup of tea. I mean, she is bubbly, she is extra, and she's also super, super confident. She's a pretty girl and she knows it. And I actually don't mind personalities like that. I actually appreciate people who are confident in themselves. And I don't even mind if they're a little cocky at times either. Like, if you are good at what you do, and if you really are that girl, then be that girl or be that guy. I don't mind it. I actually like it. But on the flip side, I could see how some people might be put off by personality types like that. And they might look at Tyla and think, well, oh, she thinks she all that. And really, she's just being herself. So people are going to like her. Some people are not. It is what it is. But she's just being herself. Now, moving on, I want to talk about Lil Wayne because he finally broke his silence after not getting the opportunity to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. Kendrick Lamar was actually picked to headline the halftime show next year. And I do think Kendrick is going to do a really, really good job. Definitely think he deserves it. But a lot of people feel like Lil Wayne should have gotten the opportunity. The show is in his hometown, New Orleans. And also, he has been campaigning for it. He said multiple times that he wants to headline the halftime show. And I believe there were some negotiations about it because not too long ago, he was spotted with the curator of the halftime show, Jay-Z. So I'm pretty sure they've had talks about it. But unfortunately for him, he wasn't picked. And he was really sad about it.
That hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. For just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position. So I blame myself for that. But
well, that will be the only thing that makes this wrong in my eyes. If he was told that, but I mean, you always gotta have your shit in writing. We all know that. But if you were told, like, yeah, baby, this your spot, then it's like a punch in the face if it is not actually your spot. But I did look into it a little bit before I saw this video. And, you know, the Super Bowl has been in New Orleans a couple of times, like a lot of times. So why is it such a big deal right now when Kendrick had like one of the best songs of the year, of like the decade so far? Like, Not Like Us is a great song. I feel like they're gonna let Lil Wayne perform eventually, but I think Kendrick was a good fit for what is going on in like hip hop and rap right now.
But I thought that was nothing, I thought that was nothing better than that spot and that stage and that platform in my city. And so I heard a whole lot. But y'all are fucking amazing. It made me feel like not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like you guys reminded me that I ain't shit without y'all. And like I said, they broke me, and I'm just trying to put me back together. But my God, you all helped me.
So that's what Wayne had to say.
He'll get that opportunity again. It'll come back up for him to be in the Super Bowl. I believe so. Because he's he is the GOAT as far as what my generation goes. Like, Lil Wayne is the GOAT. He paved the way for everybody that's out right now, honestly. Everybody that's in rap. He paved the way for them with what he created. he was extremely new, experimental, like all things he was doing, mumble rap. Look, he did it, so he'll get that chance again. It just makes it. Y'all don't be coming for me. It makes sense to put Kendrick in that spot after this. What happened this year?
And it's clear that he was sad about it. It is. Now, some people might say that maybe he wasn't picked because he's not in the best condition to perform. I mean, his latest performances haven't been that good. Also, they feel like Kendrick had a hotter year, so he deserved it more. Hottest. And I do believe Kendrick deserves that spot too. A lot of people do, if we're being honest. There are a lot of people, not just hip-hop artists, but you can look at the country category, the pop category. A lot of people deserve that spot at the halftime show, but Jay-Z selected Kendrick instead. And personally, I think he selected Kendrick over Wayne because not only did he feel like Wayne probably wasn't ready, but also he does have some issues with Wayne's affiliates. Like, he doesn't care for Birdman or Nicki Minaj or Drake. I also think he selected Kendrick to spite Drake, and nobody could tell me different. Drake doesn't want to conform or bow down to Jay-Z, and he's made it pretty obvious. He's given Jay-Z his respects, but he doesn't want to be under Jay-Z's thumb. He's trying to be his own gatekeeper. So I think this is an issue for somebody like Jay, who is a gatekeeper already, and he's used to calling the shots and making people fall in line. It's an issue for him to see somebody like Drake not fall in line. And this latest story about Jay-Z and Drake is actually making me believe my theory even more. Because it was put out there that Jay-Z did ask Drake to perform at the Super Bowl twice, in 2020 and in 2021. But Drake turned it down. Surprise, surprise. Now, I think he turned it down because of the tense history that he has had with Jay. And I talked about it in more detail in my previous video, so you could check that out to see the backstory there. But I think he turned him down for that reason, and he just doesn't want to be under his thumb. But I can imagine that this was insulting to Jay-Z, because here he was trying to make a peace offering and do business with him, but Drake had the nerve to turn him down.
The sticky part about all of this is Drake has been offered this Super Bowl show for some years now and has turned it down.
I have an authority. My multiple sources have told me that Drake has indeed turned down the Super Bowl. He actually turned down the first two, the one in Miami and the weekend one.
That was the first two that Jake took over.
Yeah. Okay. So Jay takes over, and again, his rival, whatever, Drake, like you talk about all these history and this.
He ain't gonna ask him again.
I mean, these guys are all rivals with each other. They've had their good times and bad times with each other. But business-wise, Jay-Z wanted Drake on that Super Bowl stage, and he turned it down twice. So now years later, when an opportunity is asked of Kendrick, and Kendrick says yes, just is Jay not playing fair there? Should Drake feel a way about it when he's known himself? He's had opportunity.
No, that affects it.
And he's turned it down.
Then they give Drake the reason to be like, you taking the gigs I pass up. Like, Drake gonna have something to say, but like Kendrick is great for this spot as well. The Super Bowl, that's a great fit for Kendrick, especially after this year. I'm gonna say it again.
That changes my opinion. Did you ask why he would have turned it down?
I don't know why, but he did turn it down.
He turned it down because, like I said, Drake doesn't want to bow to Jay-Z. That's it. That's all. And I wouldn't be surprised if he felt a way about it. And so, as his get back, he got Kendrick instead. Now, this is not to say that Kendrick is second best or second choice or anything. Kendrick had a big year this year. He was the only hip-hop artist who was in the top 10 consistently throughout the year. So it makes business sense to choose him, but I don't think he was simply chosen just for business. I think he was chosen partly to get back at Drake. And in the process, Lil Wayne was snubbed. And this hurt Lil Wayne because I guess he had his hopes up. And this is why Nicki Minaj was going off the way she did, because I think she knew how much this hurt him. But people were saying she was crazy and overreacting. But no, she knew that her friend and her mentor was hurt by this. Yeah. And she was speaking up on his behalf. But anyway, tell me what y'all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Y'all already know Nicki do not play about Young Money. And she do not play about Lil Wayne. Like, without that, Nicki I know she feel like she's nothing. That man put her where she needs to be, and she is a megastar. Like, you ain't gonna play with him. You can play with a lot of things. She gonna dress a lot of shit too, but you're not gonna play with Lil Wayne. She gonna have something to say 1,000,000 times over. But yeah, as far as Tyla, I don't know. Maybe she need that one person when she comes to award shows to be there to hold her awards. But is she gonna have like any more awards to receive? Like, how do we feel about her most recent album? I haven't heard much about it. Do we just like water? Has she won awards for other stuff? Like, what's tea? What's tea? But yeah, I love that Kendrick is performing, and I feel a way that Lil Wayne is hurt behind it if he feel like that was supposed to be his, especially if they were speaking on making that happen. Then yeah, that's wrong. But things happen, and Kendrick had an amazing year. Drake better find something safe to do. If y'all like this video, again, give me a thumbs up. Leave what the topics of videos y'all like for me to react to down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.